News. Give them a hand.
Hi there. Many people throughout the day have asked me why I brought this crocodile. Well, obviously it would eat my furniture if I would leave it at home. But seriously, I was wondering who would like to purchase this crocodile for only €1,000. You maybe. Why not? I mean, it's green, it's big, it's right in front of you. That should do it. Maybe if I throw it at you? Huh? Well, hi. My name is Koppelaar. I'm from Next to News. And I apologize because my talk is about ads, or banners. And I'm sure that most of you find ads annoying and feel like they tell you stuff you don't want to know, and they take over your entire screen in order to do so. And I kind of agree, but ads are important as well. I mean, they do support free content, right, and good journalism, and that's pretty important since most of us don't want to pay for news. So today I'm talking about our context-aware ads. I think that two things are wrong with advertisement at this time. Many ads are irrelevant, and they're becoming more and more intrusive. Companies try to sell you their green crocodiles by forcing them onto you. But if you're not interested in crocodiles, the answer is not to scream louder. Advertisers are happy with click-through rates of 0.2%. So that means that in order to reach 100 people, you need to target an entire stadium containing 50,000. Besides that, we've been asking ourselves a couple of questions. Why do big publishers only serve big advertisers? And the possibilities for smaller advertisers are so limited. Also, why do you need to be an advertising expert or a qualified individual in order to run a successful campaign? And most importantly, why doesn't an ad online ever make me smile or think? With Next to News, we're doing it differently. And we think it should be so easy that everybody's a Next to News certified individual. Let me show you an example. There are many news articles that relate to people, their businesses, right? Blog posts and so on. So if there's an article about the high parking charges near Amsterdam Airport, people were interested in that, so they probably are interested in an ad showing cheaper alternatives. Also, there was an article about the delay of the iPad coming to Holland. And so some advertiser made a joke about it and said, well, you have to wait another month. Why not use our service instead in the meanwhile? And they can put it on there themselves instantly. It's just the your ad here principle applied online. So it's very simple. I'm surfing on a big news website and I find an article that relates to my business. I click the your ad here button and I select how long I want it to be up there, a week, a month, or a year. I select whether or not I have an ad already, and if I don't, I can create it very simply. So I create a nice image, I upload an image, enter some text and so on. And within a matter of minutes, I've created my ad. I've entered the destination website where I want the visitors to go. I pay instantly, and it's online on this big website, which I would normally not be able to reach. So you claim an article. It's first come, first serve, and then it will be shown to every single visitor. There's a fixed charge, so we don't charge views or clicks. And the prices decrease as the article gets older because you've missed some of the visitors, right? We've launched this just over a month ago with 6 big publishers in the Netherlands, including 3 national newspapers. We've sold almost 400 ads by now to over 200 people and already generated €10,000 in revenue. So these are some examples. Some of the banners were uploaded by people themselves. Some were created, are generated. The click-throughs are very interesting to see. They're between good and amazing. In average, we're doing very well, but there are some examples which are just mind-blowing. The Advertise Here button works very well. It's being displayed next to every article on these big news websites. And we've got news alerts that make you keep you updated on relevant articles by email or by RSS. The announcements. First of all, we'll be launching a WordPress plugin, which will make it very easy to subscribe new publishers. Secondly, you'll soon see us across the border. We're talking to some publishers now, and we've also opened up our partner program, which means that we welcome potential local partners to talk to us. This was Next News. Thanks for your attention.
If I pay 900 euros, would you sell it?
1,000.
Oh, okay. 900 was the highest bid for me. Thank you very much for your presentation. I think it's very interesting. Maybe somebody in the jury.
I was just wondering where the content is. Who's creating the articles and the content?
They're big news websites, so they're like the Dutch equivalents of the New York Times or.
Oh, I see. So you have the content, you pay a fixed fee per article to then feature the advertisement?
There are these news websites which people can. They're there already, right? They get hundreds of millions of visitors each month. And all they do is add a button which has your ad here. And then an advertiser comes by and he says, well, I want to place my ad here for a week, a month, or a year. I pay a fixed fee, and I'm sure that it will be on there for a fixed time to everybody who reads it.
How would the WordPress plugin work in that sense? You would just place your ad here on each of your blog posts, and then people would go through your system to automatically place advertisements on those blog posts?
Basically, because by now we still do an implementation, which takes a few days for the publisher, anywhere between 2 and 5 implementation days. And for the WordPress plugins, which we usually have less resources, we'd like to provide a plugin.
All right, thanks.
One question for you actually about the news alert. So it seems like you, as an advertiser, have to go and look at all these articles and figure out which one you actually want to put an ad in, right? So that might be pretty heavy lifting for the advertiser. Can you talk a little bit about the one feature that you talked about, which is the news alerts, and then other ways that you can keep aware of what the right articles are to post your ad on?
Yeah, there is indeed always the human intervention, right? It's not like setting up a campaign and letting it go. But of course, this way you can make it much more relevant, and you can relate to the actual text. You can say, well, what was said there is nonsense, and we've got a much better solution. And then it's our duty to make sure that becomes as easy as possible for people. So we've got news alerts, which are at the moment keyword-based, which is pretty straightforward, not as advanced as it's ultimately going to be, of course. But we could also maybe work with an API, so people could build smarter stuff. And yeah, some companies we see outsource it to communication company. It's an ongoing thing for us to optimize that. We're still on the road.
Janina? Oh. Anthony?
What are your, it's obviously online, what's your plans for mobile?
We could apply the very same model to mobile, but we just wanted to put it out there, see what happens, right? And if it works on the web, I'm sure it will work on mobile as well.
Okay, thank you very much. Give them a hand, Next News. I've seen some of the ads of Next News.